Okay, so when I started this journey out, I was going to make a video every week. As you've noticed, if you've been following along, I haven't held to that. So I thought this week, to make up for all the videos I didn't do, I would only do a video recap of my week. I'll put the numbers on the blog, but I'm not going to do too much I'm not going to type up too much about it. I want to talk about my training so far. So this was week 16 of 17 in Ironman, Arizona. This was, I guess, essentially a taper week. It was a normal schedule of a week. I did everything normally as I always do it. Just the volume was a little bit less. Still some intense workouts, but they were shorter, intense workouts. And then the weekend workout on Sunday was pretty light. So overall, it was, a lighter week. But it was still almost 11 hours. So not nothing for sure. I'm done. I did all the work. There's not much else to do. There's no fitness to be gained in the next week. It's just about staying healthy, staying mentally focused, and getting myself ready for the big day, which will be in a week. And if all goes well, I'll be finishing about now in a week, plus or minus an hour, because, that's how it goes. So the hay is in the barn. The jello is gelling, as some people say. I did it. I never would have thought that this would have gone so well. It was, when I started, especially because of that stupid bike crash, I really was not interested in it. And even before the bike crash, I was really just losing focus on it and very tired. I'd been working on it since February. I had been training for this specifically with intermediate races in between. But I just am shocked and amazed with how far I came. I'm just so very, very proud of myself and very, very proud of what I've done. So I'm really looking forward to race day. A few things I want to thank, though, for getting me ready, or who got me through this training, because I didn't do this on my own at all. And I've got notes here, which is why I keep looking over there so I don't forget anything today. First of all, I wanted to thank my coach for getting me through the training. I think a couple of things that really, really made it a successful partnership between her and I. And her name is Jen Math. She owns a gym up in Sacramento, Team 110. You can look her up. She's awesome. She varied my workouts. I was just talking to Stuart, and I said, what was really amazing was the fact that I don't think I ever did a workout more than 2 or 3 times over the entire period from February till now. Over 10 months, I didn't do the same workout more than 2 or 3 times. And that's pretty impressive. And in the pool, I hardly ever did the same workout. So that, every once in a while, I'd be like, I think I've done this before, but I don't know. So I think her ability to give me a varied workout plan for 10 months straight really kept my head in the game. I never just sunk into the routine. I sunk into the routine of the schedule because that was always the same, which was great because then it was predictable. But I didn't sink into it wasn't a monotonous program by any stretch. She kept it varied. She kept it interesting. She kept challenging me every week. Awesome. And then additionally, feedback. Anytime I ever had a question, I messaged her. I got feedback right away. And I've never worked with a coach before. This was my first experience doing that, and it was absolutely the best experience. I would never do an Ironman again without hiring a coach. And I think it's absolutely worth it. I think it was an expense that I think is going to pay off in spades on race day. I never would have I never would have done this well. So I'm just thrilled about that. Another thing that's got me through the training, which is kind of random and I didn't expect it to happen, was Facebook. There was a group that was created for the Ironman Arizona 2014 competitors, or people, whatever you want to call us, participants. And it just turned out to be one of the best things about this training cycle. I didn't have time to train with a team. There's a couple local teams. I definitely, absolutely could have done my training with a team, but I didn't have the time. My life is so busy, I don't have the time to fit into somebody else's schedule. It's got to be on my time. I work full time. I have kids. I have kids from marriage. I'm a busy, busy person. And I don't have the time to work around other people's schedules. So team was not a good option for me this year. So I found this Facebook group, and a couple of the people in the group I've really bonded with. I cannot wait to see them on race day. It was awesome to have this neurotic, crazy group of people in which we could all be crazy and neurotic together and not bother the rest of our world. You know, not everybody wants to talk about what do you do for chamois cream and, what do you eat after you work out and how many hours are you doing this weekend and what do you think you're going to carry on the bike? Nobody wants to talk about that. Like, there's not that many people out there, but this was a group of, 900 people who were into talking about that. And I found an amazing amount of support and an amazing amount of camaraderie while we all went through this whole process together. And it just was amazing. The last thing right now that is one of the, reasons I'm going to make it to the starting line was my husband. He has done everything he can to support me for my race. When I signed up for this a year ago, we had made the decision that only one person was going to get to do an Ironman this year because you just can't have two people in the house training for it together, not with the children that we have and the other commitments and the jobs that we have. It's just not possible. And he is absolutely bent over backwards to make sure that I'm always taken care of so that I can always get my training in. Never makes me feel guilty for having to go out and do what I need to do. I left him Saturday mornings to go swim and run. Every Saturday morning, he had to take care of all the kids by himself. He did the shopping. He did the housekeeping. He kicked me out of bed in the morning when it was time to get going. And I would not have made it. I would not have had the successful training that I had if it wasn't for him. And I owe him greatly, and I appreciate him more than words, and luckily he knows it, and next year we get to do something fun together instead of separately, so that's exciting. So, that's how I've gotten to this point. And this point's really interesting. I'm feeling really confident. I wrote maybe last week or 2 weeks ago that I'm feeling dangerously confident, because I think I'm going to do really well. I have this expectation right now that I could really, really put up a pretty decent time for me. My coach actually thinks that I could go under 12 hours. Never in a million years did I ever think I would get close to that time. That's going to be a stretch for me, and I'll know when I get off the bike whether or not that's possible. That's all going to be about the bike, what kind of bike I have. But, she thinks I could be going sub 12. I think I have a really good shot at 12, between 12 and 12 and a half. I think I have an excellent shot at between 12 and 12 and a half. It's really going to, the kicker's going to be the bike. It's all going to be about the bike, whether or not I can, get that bike done in 6 hours or I can get that bike done in 6.5 hours. That's going to be the big thing there. My running's going well, and I think I've got a really good shot at running between 4 and 4.5 on the run. I think I can easily do a sub 10-minute pace, which is a 4:20. So I'm feeling really good about the run. And the swim, it'll be 105 to 110. 105 is going to be really hard for me to do. I think I got 110. I don't think that's going to be a problem at all. The biggest problem, if I go over 110, it's going to be because of the congestion and the people. But I'm lining up front. I don't care. I'm confident enough in my swimming ability to go line up there. So I'll line up front. So it was extremely encouraging to hear my coach say that she thought I could go that fast. That was, to hear that from somebody else. And she's the one looking at my numbers every week. She's the one looking at what I'm putting down every week, all the workouts I'm turning in. So, it's really good. So the goal for this week is just to get those last couple workouts done. I want to go Hulk mode again this week and all green. Got a day off on Tuesday because of the holiday. And then my husband, of course, is helping me out. He's taking Wednesday and Thursday off so he can help get us completely ready for the trip, cars and bikes and all that jazz. And we'll be leaving Thursday night, rolling into Tempe Friday morning, and let the fun begin. I will post on here how you can track me. I got a My Athlete tracker, so there'll be GPS tracking, so you don't have to worry about if you're going to track my race. You can track the entire bike and the entire run with a GPS that I'll be wearing, which will include, you can look at it on, there's Apple and iPhone apps, or Apple and Android apps, and then there's also a website you'll be able to use, and I'll put all that stuff up on the blog, please, 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 would love to hear any words of encouragement in the comments. Anything you can do. I'm really excited to get this done, and I'm just hoping I can turn in the day that I feel like I've earned. And I feel like, my family's earned, my kids have earned, Stuart has earned. Everybody worked for this for me. So that's it. So next post will be, well, there'll be more posts this week, I'm sure, because my brain is just going a million miles an hour. And I will just talk to you soon. Thanks so much for listening and following and your support. So take care. Bye.